One of the most well-liked mid-size three-row SUVs available is the Toyota Highlander. However, the Highlander's small cargo space and claustrophobic third row have proven to be major turn-offs for SUV buyers with substantial family or towing needs. Well, but large Toyota families shouldn't give up just yet. The 2024 Grand Highlander is already available. This larger, grand-style Highlander offers 5.5 inches more legroom in the third row than the standard model. There's a big difference in person. 6-foot-tall adults will have no trouble unwinding in the Grand Highlander's third row, while the back row of the standard Highlander is essentially reserved for children. The Grand Highlander now boasts some of the largest cargo capacities in its class. The base Grand Highlander trim comes well-equipped with a plethora of driving aids such as traffic sign recognition, adaptive cruise control, and blind spot monitoring. A widescreen display and wireless connectivity are also included for smartphone integration with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. One of the few available hands-free driving systems, Traffic Jam Assist, is included when you choose the top-tier Platinum trim. Though comparatively low compared to some other hands-free driving systems, its top operating speed of 25 miles per hour is functional in an emergency situation where traffic congestion is endangering your sanity. For many years, the Kia Telluride has ruled this class, but the Grand Highlander is very nearly about to take its place. We also like how, in many aspects, the Grand Highlander is superior to the Honda Pilot. Take a look at the Mazda CX-90 as well. It's a little bit smaller, but it drives well and has a sleek interior. The Grand Highlander's 4-cylinder engine produces a lot of torque at low speeds, which contributes to its enjoyable town driving experience. However, when traveling at high speeds or carrying a full complement of passengers, it begins to lose power. If you can afford it, the Hybrid Max powertrain will probably be the best option. Our all-wheel drive Grand Highlander reached 60 miles per hour at the Edmunds test track in just 8 seconds, which is a little slower than the majority of three-row midsize SUVs with V6 engines. Fortunately, the Grand Highlander still handles a twisty road admirably and can stop quickly and confidently. The Grand Highlander's handling balance is subtly improved by the available torque vectoring AWD system, which helps by distributing engine power to each of the vehicle's individual rear wheels. Plus, it provides the added bonus of additional traction in slick conditions. Overall, the Grand Highlander's ease of driving is its most crucial feature. The Grand Highlander has a delightfully plush ride. The suspension is compliant enough to smooth over both large and small road imperfections without becoming floaty at higher speeds. Even during lengthy road trips, the front seats are cozy, and our test Grand Highlander's second-row captain's chairs offer almost the same degree of comfort. The third row is far more comfortable than it is in the normal Highlander, which is the main improvement. Of course, the padding is a little bit thinner to make folding easier, but the third row sits higher off the ground, providing much more legroom and an adult-friendly position. The climate controls are simple to operate and have a marginally better appearance than the Highlander. The moderate ventilation and seat heat are somewhat compensated for by the standard tri-zone system's generous heating and cooling capacity. The Grand Highlander's cabin does a passable job of isolating road and ambient noise, though it's not the best. While driving along, the 4-cylinder engine's less sophisticated soundtrack is barely audible, but any request for significant acceleration brings it to life. The Grand Highlander is a great choice if you value having a third row that can accommodate people. There is enough room for adults in the first and second seating rows, and now the third row is at last suitable and even comfortable. It's simple to find your ideal driving position up front, although taller drivers may want the telescoping steering wheel and thigh cushion adjustment to have a little more extension range. We rate the Grand Highlander's outward visibility highly, much like we do the Highlander. You can see around curves better thanks to the thin front roof pillars. a few of the Grand Highlander's available technological features are also beneficial. For example, the camera-based rear-view mirror lets you see out the back, even when the cargo area is completely loaded. Sharp and able to be rotated to look around the car, the available surround view camera system also has an interesting see-through feature that uses the cameras to detect any markings on the ground that you've driven over. A standard screen size is 8 inches. Although the screen reacts quickly to inputs and the graphics appear crisp, reflections on the surface sometimes make using the device more challenging than it needs to be. Not all competitors provide the most recent full suite of advanced driver aids, as standard on all Grand Highlanders, Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. We believe that every feature, including adaptive cruise control and lane-keeping assistance, is well-balanced and practical for everyday driving. Finally, Toyota now boasts one of the best voice recognition systems available. You can ask questions about jokes, the weather, and general Google-like queries on the system because it is web-connected. Compared to a standard Highlander, the Grand Highlander has more cargo room. There are now almost 5 extra cubic feet, or 20.6 cubes behind the third row. That is similar to the Kia Telluride and Volkswagen Atlas. It reaches a maximum of 97.5 cubic feet when all rows are folded, but it expands to an even more remarkable 57.9 cubic feet behind the second row. It should be easy to pack your bags for a road trip with the family. Not to mention, the Grand Highlander offers commendable improvements in cabin storage for small items. There are larger cup holders and improved storage space ahead of the gear selector. Additionally, the underarm storage feels roomier and deeper than it does in the standard Highlander. There are practical door cubbies for the second row in addition to a detachable central storage section with phone storage and 2 safe cup holders. There are 2 cup holders on each side and phone storage even in the third row. Have young children? The available captain's chairs have generous fore-aft sliding movement, making it easy to fit a large rear-facing car seat in the second row. For all kinds of child safety seats, including 2 sets of anchors. If you are placing small children in the third row, the car seat anchors are also conveniently located and accessible. The Grand Highlander's 4-cylinder engine uses very little fuel. We tested a platinum trim all-wheel drive model, which the EPA predicts will get 22 mpg combined in city and highway driving. Models with front-wheel drive have a marginally higher combined fuel economy of 24 miles per gallon. Although a few more miles per gallon may not seem like much over the competition, it matters for this kind of car. We received 24.4 miles per gallon on our real-world evaluation route, which is quite encouraging and suggests that the EPA's estimates should be attainable. Notably, in its most efficient configuration, the Grand Highlander Hybrid is predicted to achieve between 32 and 36 miles per gallon combined. The Grand Highlander feels more upscale than the Highlander thanks to a number of small details. The interior is well assembled with padded soft surfaces where they count most. There might be hints of semi-luxury here, if not for some ridiculously fake-looking wood trim. Although the Grand Highlander has some extra cost, we believe it's still a good deal considering the basic improvements. With 3 years, 36,000 miles of bumper-to-bumper coverage and 5 years, 60,000 miles for the powertrain, Toyota's warranty coverage is fairly standard for the class. Additionally, the first 2 years of planned maintenance are free. Nevertheless, it's strange that the designers chose to finish everything off in a fairly unremarkable way given all the considerate details and advancements Toyota made with the Grand Highlander. To make it stand out in the sea of suburbs, the Highlander's external styling even went against the norm and gave it some personality. With the Grand Highlander, not so. Although it's not offensive, the all-too textbook front and rear end and slab-sided flanks lack any true personality. Even though the XLE has many great standard features, we believe the mid-spec Limited is worth a little more money. Its ambient lighting is impressive at night. Its ventilated front seats keep the driver and shotgun passenger comfortable in a variety of climates. and the transition from synthetic to real leather elevates the vehicle. The cherry on top is the JBL audio system with 11 speakers. There are 3 trim levels for the 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander: a mid-size 3-row SUV, XLE, Limited, and Platinum, a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, 265 horsepower, 310 lb-ft of torque, and an 8-speed automatic transmission are standard on every trim. The Platinum and XLE trim levels come standard with front-wheel drive, while all-wheel drive is an optional feature on those models. We examined the Grand Highlander Hybrid separately. It is also offered with 2 electrified powertrain options. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more automotive updates, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. See you at the next one.